My son Jace was an amazing, loving Christian boy, very outgoing, funny. He played football at Bradley and loved to fish, had his own bass boat. He wanted to get a job because he said he was tired of asking us for money all the time for gas, but he still asks us. But he met a guy at his job that just happened to be a drug dealer. And even though I had sat in his room multiple times and talked to him and his friends about, you never know what somebody, don't ever try anything because there's fentanyl and everything going around. And the boy told him that he had hydrocodone. Jace met them on June the 14th at 5:15. I've got the location, and met them at his work, and they supposedly gave him methadone to rip him off, but told him it was hydrocodone. And that was the only thing that he had in his system, and it had to be either the first, maybe second time he had ever tried anything. So, I mean, he had not become an addict at all. He was just a good boy that made a stupid decision that cost him his life. He had went to the movies that night on a date and come home, played PlayStation, talked to my husband. I mean, he was fine. He had a friend spend the night with him, and at 4:30 I got up to go to the bathroom, and I could hear just a gasping through his door, and his friend thought he was just playing a joke and didn't come get me. And so I went over to him, and I mean, his eyes were rolled back in his head, and he was kind of calling me. He was still breathing, and so we called 911, and I mean, there were so many ambulance and EMS workers there. They transferred him to T.C. Thompson's in Chattanooga, to Erlanger, and then they did a 12-panel test and found that he had methadone, and he only had methadone in his system. And but I still didn't think it was that. I mean, I knew it was serious, but I actually took a picture of him, which I don't have. I mean, somebody saved it for me because I don't want to look at it, but I just wanted to show him when he woke up how serious this was, because I never imagined he wouldn't wake up. I started a support group for parents that have lost a child of any age to any reason about 6 months after I lost him. I mean, I just started it on Facebook, but then it grew so fast. I mean, we've got 424 members now. You can share your thoughts with people that understand. And we have bracelets, 64 butterflies. I named it 64 butterflies also. And that was because Jace's football number was 64. And after we lost him, we got a barnwood painting from people in Kentucky that we didn't even know that said, "Whisper I love you to a butterfly, and I'll send this message to heaven." And right after we got that, we started seeing butterflies everywhere. So that's how I came up with 64 butterflies. When Jace got his driver's license when he was 16, he chose to be a donor himself. And so he was a donor and saved 4 lives. His heart recipient, Chuck, lives in Nashville and is amazing. They're like family. With Jace's story, he experimented one time and cost him his life, which that's the message I want to get out to teens and adults, that you don't have to be in active addiction to overdose. And, it can be that one time and cost you your life and change everybody's lives.